Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python programming course. In the previous lesson, we learned about variables, data types, user input, and data typecasting. Today, we are going to learn about operators and conditional statements. These concepts help us to perform calculations, compare values, and make decisions in our program. So let's begin. First, let's understand what operators are. Operators are special symbols used to perform different operations on variables and values. For example, if we want to add two numbers, we use plus operator. If we want to subtract, multiply, or divide numbers, Python provides different operators for each task. Operators make programming much easier because they allow us to perform calculations and comparison using simple symbols instead of writing long instructions. Throughout this video, we will learn the most commonly used operators in Python. Arithmetic operators are used for mathematical calculations. The plus operators adds two numbers. The minus operator subtracts one number from another. The multiplication operator multiplies two numbers. The division operator divides one number by another. The modulus operator returns the remainder after division. The floor division operator divides two numbers and removes the decimal part. Finally, the exponent operator is used to calculate powers. These are the basic mathematical operators that you will use in almost every Python program. Let's look at an example. Here we have two variables. Variable A stores the value 10, where variable B stores the value 3. Now we have used different operators, arithmetic operators. When we write print A plus B, Python adds the two numbers and prints 13. Similarly, print A minus B gives us 7. Print A multiplied by B gives us 30. And print A divides B divides the 10 by 3 and give us the result as a decimal value. You can try changing these values and observe how the output changes. Comparison operators are used to compare two values. Instead of performing mathematical calculations, these operators return either true or false. For example, double equal to checks whether two values are equal, not equal to checks whether two values are different, greater than checks whether one value is larger than another, less than checks the opposite, greater than or equal to and less than or equal to works exactly as their name suggests. These operators are mainly used in decision making. Let's see a simple example. Suppose x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. When we write x is less than y, Python checks the condition. Since 10 is smaller than 20, the result is true. Next, when we write x double equal to y, Python checks whether both values are same or not. Since 10 and 20 are different, the result is false. This is how comparison operators work. Logical operators are used when we want to combine two or more conditions. Python provides three logical operators. The first one is AND. Both conditions must be true for the final result to be true. The second operator is OR. If at least one condition is true, the result becomes true. The third operator is NOT. It simply reverses the result. If something is true, NOT makes it false, and if something is false, it makes it true. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose a person age is 20. The condition says the age should be greater than 18 or less than 16. Since both conditions are true, Python returns true. Now let's use the NOT operator. If we write not age less than 18, Python first checks whether age is less than 18. That result is false. The NOT operator reverses it and returns true. Logical operators are widely used in decision-making programs. Assignment operators are used to assign values to variables. The equal sign stores a value inside a variable. It's also called as assignment operator. Python also provides shortcut assignment operators. For example, Plus equal means add a value and store the result back to the same variable. Similarly, minus equal subtracts and stores the result. Multiply equal and divide equal work in the same way. These operators make code shorter and easier to read. Now let's move to one of the most important topics in Python, conditional statements. A conditional statement helps a program make decisions. Think about real life. If it is raining, we carry an umbrella. Otherwise, we don't. Similarly, a computer also checks conditions before deciding what action to perform. Python provides three main conditional statements: the if statement, the elif statement, and the else statement. The if statement executes a block of code only when a condition is true. Here, the variable age is equal to 20. The condition checks whether age is greater than or equal to 18. Since the condition is true, Python prints eligible to vote. If the condition were false, Python would simply skip the print statement. The if statement is the simplest form of decision making. Sometimes we want the program to do something when the condition is true and something when it is false. This is where the if-else statement is useful. In our example, age is 16. The condition checks whether age is greater than or equal to 18. Since the condition is false, Python executes else block. The output becomes not eligible. The else block always runs when the if condition is false. The elif statement allows us to check multiple conditions. Suppose a student scores 85 marks. Python first checks whether the marks are greater than or equal to 90. The answer is no. Then it checks the elif condition, which asks whether the marks are greater than or equal to 75. The condition is true. Therefore, Python prints grade A. If none of the condition were true, Python would execute the else block. A nested if statement means placing one if statement inside another. This is useful when we need to check more than one condition step by step. For example, a student must pass the exam. Only after passing, we may check whether the student scored distinction. Nested if statement help us build more complex decision-making programs. One unique feature of Python is indentation. Unlike many other programming languages, Python uses space to identify block of codes. Every statement inside an if condition must be properly indented. If the indentation is incorrect, Python immediately generates an error. Therefore, always maintain proper spacing while writing Python program. Thank you everyone for watching today's lesson. In this video, we learned about arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, assignment operators, and conditional statements, including if, if-else, elif, and nested if. In the next video, we will learn about loops. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.